Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things. This is always the episode where I start feeling a little sad. Day number 7 is here. That means we've gone through 7 episodes already. We only have one more episode, which is that bonus episode right at the very end of the series. But the good news is 7 days, 7 wreaths celebrating Easter, our Wreathster week, was just way too much fun. I love doing these week of wreaths for you out there. And I know from your comments, you love it just as much as I love it as well. Why don't I just get started with day number 7 of Wreathster week and show you what I made. I'm going to be using the carrot wreath frame from the Dollar Tree and these orange cotton ropes that I got from Dollarama. Now, if you don't have the cotton ropes, you can use the normal natural cotton ropes, add a little bit of water and acrylic paint, and you can just paint right on top of that to get you that orange look. Along with some of this leaf garland. And of course, look at how cute this little bunny is. He's super soft. He's waving hello to everyone out there. This 1.5 inch wired ribbon and then a smaller ribbon that's carrot themed, along with some of my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. I'm going to start off with my carrot wreath frame, and I've unraveled my cotton rope, laid down some hot glue on the actual wire. I'm going to lay down some more hot glue and then bring that edge right over it. That's going to be our anchor and our starting position. And then I'm going to glue more right on the back side. And then to glue the rope on there, I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue on the rope below and the rope on top, just to make sure it's secured around the back and it's secured to the rope above it. So again, a little hot glue on the rope below, a little hot glue on the rope above. I'm going to squish it all together, add a little bit of hot glue every now and then on the corner of the wire frame, just to make sure that nothing is going to come apart. We don't want this wreath to unravel. So I'm just going to basically do that whole routine, that whole method of procedure over and over again, gluing everything down at the bottom and at the top. And then once I come to the edge, I'm actually just going to glue the rope above on the side, and then I'm going to add that rope right in there. I'm going to add a little more hot glue on there, and then I'm just going to grab my next rope end and place that in the hot glue, and then boom, I'm just going to continue that same method of gluing the bottom rope, gluing the top rope together, and wrapping that all the way around right until I get to the very bottom. And once I get to the bottom, I'm just going to use a lot more hot glue to make sure those ropes stick onto that wire and get that little pointed shape right at the end. And once I get that, I'm just going to curl it around, flip that wreath over, add some more hot glue, and then just glue my edge right in place. Hold it there for a little bit to dry to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And boom, we have our carrot shape already, and it's nice and soft. Now to hang this, I'm going to be using a cable tie. I'm just going to wrap it around the very top wire, close it a little bit, get a nice little loop going, cut the excess off, and then you can just hang that on your hook or your nail or wherever you want to hang it. And then, of course, a carrot's not a carrot with all that greenery right up top. And this was perfect. This is a leafy garland that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to actually place some glue on the wire frame and then kind of bend it around a little bit just to cover a little bit of that orange at the top there. I want it to be green, so I want to cover it. And then I'm just going to take all those little leaf off the main stem and start gluing those down, really filling in all of that area right at the top. I want it to be full of green, full of madness, greenness, just looking like a carrot. And of course, once it's all glued down, we have that massive bunch of green right at the top, and I am loving it, how it's turning out. So now we're going to add just a little bit of a bow on there. I originally just wanted to do the orange, but I found this burlap, which I think will be a nice contrast, and I'm going to cut this at the 15-inch mark. Now, this is burlap that I got from the Dollar Tree a little while ago. You can use any type of burlap that you want, or if you want to go to the Dollar Tree and buy some. And then I'm just going to use that orange and white polka dotted ribbon as well, cut at 15 inches. So for our cut lengths, ribbon number 1, there's 2 pieces cut at 15 inches, that's the burlap. Ribbon number 2 is 2 pieces cut at 15 inches, that's the orange and white polka dot. And the smaller one, which is the carrot burlap one, we'll show you that in just a little bit, 1 piece at about 5 inches. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay the orange polka dotted one with the burlap with some hot glue, gluing it down right at the center. I just use a couple of little dots of hot glue. I'm not going to go too crazy. I just want to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to glue those together in little cylinder shapes to create our little bow. And then I'm just going to lay those flat on a crisscross pattern. And then what I'm going to do is grab a little pipe cleaner, and right down the middle, I'm just going to squish it all together, place it in my left hand, and then wrap that pipe cleaner around. Give it a couple of really good twists so it's not going to go anywhere. Take a look at it, make sure it looks good, and then we're just going to cut off that excess. Here is that carrot themed burlap wreath. I'm going to glue that right on top of our pipe cleaner so that hides it. I'm going to glue it at the front, glue it at the back, chop off the excess, glue the last piece down, and then chop off the excess once that's all dry as well. And there you go. Our little bow for our carrot wreath is all ready. And to attach it, I'm actually just going to use a whole bunch of hot glue on there. If you wish, you can use a ribbon or a pipe cleaner and tie it through the top wire. I wanted it down a little bit, so I just decided to use some hot glue. And then I thought it just needed a little bit more, so I'm going to cut a couple more little pieces of that carrot ribbon, and then I'm going to dovetail the edges, and then all I'm going to do is hot glue those little tails right underneath my bow, and that just adds a little pizzazz to our little carrot wreath. I think it looks just beautiful with those little ribbons. And here's our cute little guy. And I was trying to figure out how to put him on there. I knew I wanted to put a bunny on there. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And I was just kind of playing around with it. And I was kind of thinking, I love it at the back and the side, but it's too bulky. So I kind of just thought, you know what, let's just cut him in half and we'll attach him on there. So I got all the tags off and I start to go cut him. And I couldn't cut it. I just felt so bad. I mean, I know it's a stuffed animal. I know it's not real. But you can see me picking up my scissors, playing with him, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with him. And I'm like trying to get the courage to cut him 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I just couldn't do it. Eventually I did. And I took some stuffing out of the body, glued it together so no more stuffing would fall out. And then I'm just going to add more hot glue to glue him right to the back. So it looks like he's clinging on to that huge carrot because he wants to eat that huge carrot. He wants to take it home for dinner. And now I'm just going to glue his hands on there, or paws, I should say, just to make sure he's nice and secure and he's holding on to dear life with that carrot. And there you go. We have our little dude hanging on to his dinner, that big, huge carrot, and of course that pretty little bow right up there with all that greenery at the top. One more look at our little friend here and our huge carrot. Just beautiful, and I love how this turned out, and I hope you did as well. A little fun carrot Easter theme for day number 7 of Wreathster Week. Don't forget to click that playlist down below to watch all the other episodes. Thank you so much for joining me today for this fun DIY. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.